Greetings and salutations, everybody. Rad Dreams here with Rad Dreams Review, and today we have a pretty spicy deck list to go over that you can play for fun. I don't really know what kind of tier this is. This is fun tier that we're going to be talking about today. I don't know if any of you know this about myself, but I enjoy VenomMyotismon as a Digimon. He's one of my favorites. He's a good villain. When he was brought about, when the show first started as like the end antagonist to go against, War Greymon and Metal Garurumon, I was just like, yo, this dude, not only is he a vampire, but he looks badass. So I thought, hey, let's try to build a deck around him being the boss monster. And when EX1 came out, we actually got a good amount of support for VenomMyotismon. So that's what we're going to do today, and that's what we're going to talk about. And I did play test this in a recent, local game store tournament and ended up winning it with VenomMyotismon. So not only is this a fun deck, but it can also win. It won against decks like Rookie Rush, Yellow War Greymon, as well as Eosmon. So, I haven't tested it against like the top tier meta decks like Gabubond or Lilith, Loop, or Security Controller, anything like that. But it was fun nonetheless, and it's very inexpensive to build. So, with that being said, let's go over the deck list. And before we do so, make sure you do like the video and subscribe to the channel and comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are on this video and deck profile itself. So let's get into it. Alright, we are back to go over the deck profile, and as always with these profiles, we start with the babies. I know it's a little sacrilegious to go over a VenomMyotismon deck profile within an Imperial Dramon playmat, but hey, let's do this thing. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Sunamon and one of the cute full arts of him. His effect, once per turn, when you trash a card in hand, with a effect trigger, draw 1. This is very good for cycling and getting things you need into your hand and your trash itself. And we have one Yaman. His effect is, while you have 5 or more cards in your trash, this Digimon gets plus 1,000. So I've been debating on Demi-Miramon instead of Sunamon, and then doing one Sunamon instead of Yaman, but I like this spread instead. The plus 1,000 DP does matter and does come up. So I like having him in there. He's a bit of an older card, but good nonetheless. Next, we will go over our rookies. We run, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 13 rookies. So first things first, we have the best boy in Gabumon from the starter deck. His effect, which is an inheritable, trigger draw 1 and trash 1. And that's when attacking. We run 4 of these because we want to see him as our base rookie. We also like to see Goblimon as our base rookie because his effect is when you trash a card, you gain 2,000. And that's once per turn that you can do that. When we run 4 of him, because we also don't mind seeing him. Then we run 1, 2, 3 Devimon, excuse me. He's got 2k DP, which doesn't really matter, but he does have retaliation. However, the one nerf with this card is if you don't have a Digimon with Myotismon in play, he can't attack. But more often than not, you will have him out in play, so you don't need to worry about that. Next, we have 2 Gazemon. You need to have at least 2, possibly 3 could be beneficial as well to deal with the memory gaining effects. So that is our rookie lineup. Next, we have kind of a flex spot, I would say. We run 12 level 4s. And the reason why I say flex spot is because there are some tech cards in here. But the main engine of the deck to really power it up is 4 copies of this Wizardmon. He has Retaliation, only costs 2 to Digivolve, and his inheritable effect is super useful. All of your Digimon with Retaliation gain Rush. So when you recur things from the graveyard with Retaliation, such as Devimon or Wizardmon, it becomes very powerful. We run 2 Vilemon as our blockers. You need to have the blockers. I've been debating on just running 1 of him, but I like seeing 2 of them instead. Then we run 2 of these tech cards in Ogremon. On play, trash a card and delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower. I do believe you need 2 of him because level 4s are extremely prevalent right now in the meta. Then we run 2 Ogremon. He's pretty interesting because when you attack, you can trigger his effect of when attacking, trash a card, and he gains security +1. Not only that, he also has an inheritable of when you trash a card in hand, you gain another 2,000. So, if you have a Goblimon underneath him and trash a card, when attacking, you not only get an extra swing or check in security, but you ensure a greater survival rate because his DP will increase to 7,000. And then if he has Yaman, he becomes an 8k for 2 checks. So that is super beneficial. So I like having him in the deck for some extra early aggression. Then we run 2 Genkakumon Promote because he's a rusher and can recur from the graveyard. So these are our level 4s. I like the spread. It's pretty cohesive right now. I wouldn't be opposed to cutting maybe 1 Ogremon for another Genkakumon Promote, but we'll kind of play the wait and see approach. And since this is a Myotismon deck, we gotta run 4 copies of the EX1 Myotismon. His effect is when this Digimon digivolves into a Digimon with Myotismon in its name from your hand, you can reduce the memory cost by 1. So your 4 cost evolution of VenomMyotismon from EX1 is normally 4. He becomes a 3. Super good. And his secondary effect, which is an inheritable, is so good. When he has Myotismon in his name, all of your Digimon with Retaliation, yes, all of them, can attack your opponent's unsuspended level 4 or lower Digimon. That is amazing. Very good effect, very powerful, super useful. Then we run 1 Skull Greymon as a kind of a tech card because he's 7k DP, and when you trash a card in hand, you can increase his DP by another 3,000 to make him 10. And that can synergize very well with Goblimon and Yaman as well as Ogremon. So he is super useful, and he has the inheritable of Retaliation. And when you trash him from hand, you can put him underneath somebody and give them Retaliation as an inheritable effect. So that's super cool. As a kind of another tech card, we have Black War Gromon because of his Digiburst effect of when you play a level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost, and any on-play effects of that Digimon do not activate. So the Digiburst is very helpful because if you have a VenomMyotismon in play, you can Digiburst 3 and bring out a Devimon with Rush potentially if you have the Wizardmon inheritable active. So that's super cool, which is why I included him. Plus, you can delete one of your other Digimon to unsuspend this Digimon if there is a level 6 on top of him. So then we run 2 Lady Devi. You need to have at least 2. I've been toying with the idea of cutting Black War Gromon for a 3rd copy of her because you like the consistency of the draw and trash effect. So we'll kind of wait and see with that, though. Next, we have our Megas, which we only run 5 of. We have the boss monster himself of VenomMyotismon. He's 12k DP, 4 cost Digivolve. He has Retaliation, and his when attacking effect is amazing. You may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card with Retaliation from trash without paying its cost. And then the on-play effects don't activate. So again, this synergizes super well with Wizardmon and Demi-Devimon. So you have 7 cards in trash that you can recur. And we run 4 of him. Then as a tech card, I was thinking of VenomMyotismon, but then I was just like, let's do Mastemon for the trashing of the security, as well as her main effect. When you trash a card, when digivolving, you trash 1 card from the top of both players' security stacks, then play 1 purple or yellow Digimon card with a level of 4 or less from trash without paying cost. So this, obviously, you want to bring back like Ginkakumon Promote or like other things. It can, give you a blocker, it can give you Ogremon. I mean, this card is really good to get some kind of answers on the board for your opponent. So I really do like it. And then to round off all of our Digimon, we have 2 other Megas and 2 level 7s in Omnimon Zwart. Gotta have at least 2. If you don't know what this guy does, he has some pretty cool effects. He has a Digivolving effect, trash 3 from deck. Then you may play 2 black or purple Digimon cards with play cost of 8 or less from trash without paying their memory cost. You can usually synergize him with like Ginkakumon Promote or other things in your trash to go for game or to just overwhelm your opponent. And then when attacking, you can return a level 6 to your hand to delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon with a play cost of 12 or less. So he functions really well. Definitely want to run at least 2, in my opinion. Then we have some pretty spicy option cards, as well as some tamers. So we run 4 of the Fight for Your Pride. This is such a great card. You can play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash without paying its cost. Then if you have a Digimon with Myotismon in its name in play, one of your Digimon gains blocker. And this can be any of your Digimon, because it says then one of your Digimon gains blocker until the end of your opponent's next turn. And it has a security effect of you can play a level 4 or lower Digimon card from trash without paying cost. So very good. Next, we have Emergency Program Shutdown. This card, if you don't know, is when you activate it in your main phase, your opponent cannot use option cards until the end of their next turn, and then the security effect is the same, and then you add it to hand, potentially using it once more. And we do run white tamers so that we can activate that effect. But don't worry, we'll get to those. Next, we have win rate 60%, 2 copies. You need to have at least 2 because you can decrease the digivolving cost of your Venom, Myotismon, your Mastemons, pretty much anything that you need. And it's so great because you can also trash. And what's really good about this is if you have a tamer in play, you can bypass the color requirement of white. So that's really, really cool. I'm a fan of that card. It's super useful. Then we run 2 tamers and Matt Ishida. Self-explanatory effect. We run 2. So you like to set your memory to 3. At least I do. Then finally, to round off the entire deck, we run 2 Analog Youth. Pretty staple card in a lot of decks, honestly. Real top 3, add 1 Digimon card among them to your hand, then you trash the rest. And then when one of your level 5 or higher Digimon with Digivolution cards is deleted, you can suspend him, actually, and gain a memory and hatch a Digi-Egg. So that's really good. Really great card. So that'll do it for today's deck profile video. It's a lot of fun. Highly recommend trying it out. Let me know if you have any suggestions in the comments below for how this deck can be better. It might benefit from running like Jack Raids as well as like 1 copy of like Lilithmon or maybe 2 copies to give myself like 6 megas potentially to kind of, try to loop just at a lesser degree because, Mega Digimon Fusion is going to be getting banned on February 25th. So we'll kind of see. Let me know if you think that's a good idea, because it's something that I am toying with myself. But again, VenomMyotismon Tribal is what I'm calling it. It's a lot of fun. Highly recommend. If you like purple, this is the deck for you. And if you like the video itself, make sure you do hit the like button, click that bell so that you know when my videos do come out, and then obviously subscribe to the channel. I would very much appreciate it. Let's try to get to 200 subs. But yeah, that'll kind of do it for today's video. Hope you guys had fun, and I hope above all else that you do stay rad. Take care.